Okay, YouTube, here comes another trapping video. We've had rain, pretty heavy rain. I think we got 5 or 6 inches last week, and things have kind of dried out over the last couple of days. So I'm actually going to come out here and set traps on my property. And I haven't really run any traps out here yet. I say that I did set 1 or 2 traps, and I caught a coyote in that cubby set. I think we did a video on that. But you know, it's still wet, so I'll be able to see some sign and some tracks. And basically I'm just gonna try to set as much as I can. You can see this food plot here behind me my brother planted for deer hunting, and there's all sorts of coyote, bobcat tracks in it. So I'm just going to try and find some trails on the edges around here, and anywhere I see tracks where a lot of critters are traveling, and set some traps. I might video and talk about them a little bit. I'm not going to set up a camera and do the long video of me setting it and explaining it. I can do that later if we need to. If you want something like that, comment on it and ask me to make a certain set and video it and explain it, and I will. But here we go. I'm at my first spot that I'm going to try to set a trap, and flip this around and show it to you. Okay, here's my first spot. I'm right on this corner right here. There's a truck or four-wheeler trail right through there where everybody drives, and you can see this food plot right here. Everything to the east over there is just tall weeds and grass, and there's a bunch of trails coming in and out of it. Then you have this food plot, and then back over that way you got woods and tall grass, and I'm basically right here on the corner of this. And as you can see right there, and I mean pretty much everywhere on this ground, I've got tracks. The problem is I also have a bunch of deer tracks, so I want to be careful of that. But we'll see if we can't get a trap in here. I'm probably going to try to do a little dirt hole set right here. I found a little high spot. I don't want to be over here in this water because if it does rain some more, this will fill up. But there's a little high spot right there, so I'm going to try to put one right there. Okay, you should be expecting a video of that last trap that I just said I was going to set over there. But honestly, when I went to bed it into the ground and I put my stake in the ground, it wouldn't hold. And I know somebody's going to comment on this video and say, well, that's why I use drags and you should use a drag there. Like, I haven't had any luck with drags. I know they work, but you know, if I'm going to be running 20 traps, I don't want to be chasing 20 traps all over the dang property trying to figure out, you know, where they might have drug off to or where they got caught up. So I just like to stake them in the ground. But I learned a long time ago that if I try to set a trap in an area and that stake doesn't hold and I can pull it up myself, to don't even bother with it. You know, I used to go back and, you know, re-drive it or scoot over a foot or something like that, and you end up with the same thing going on, and I've actually lost traps that way. So it's best just to realize that area is too wet. It's not going to hold right now. So I just backed away from that area. It's not saying I can't set a trap there later when it dries up, but right now it's just too wet. So I've come up to the next spot that I've decided I'm going to set a trap on. So, and this little pasture right here, spider on my hand, or this little green field food plot my brother planted. He also has like a little lane that goes down the middle of it so he can see it from his deer stand, and it kind of creates this double corner here. He's had some pictures of bobcats and coyotes and stuff here, so I'm going to set on both sides of this corner right here, because it made a corner on right here where I'm standing. It made a corner right over there. Flip this around, show you what I'm talking about. Okay, here's the food plot. Right back over there is that other corner, is where I was talking about a while ago that I was trying to set a trap. Didn't work out. There's tracks through here. There's not real heavy, but right here, this goes back up into a little opening over here. Let's see if I can walk over and show you real quick without taking up too much time. But there's my brother's feeder right there, and you know, the critters just travel up and down this to cross this big field, and so it kind of creates two corners. A corner here where they can turn and go up that way, and then on this side over here they got a corner where they can turn and go up that way. So I'm going to set a trap right over there, and I'm going to set a trap right there. All right, first trap for today in the ground. Like I said, right here on this little corner. I don't really consider that a step down dirt hole set. It's almost like a flat set with a dirt hole in the back. It's kind of flashy. There's cats in the area, so, and I catch coyotes on these too, but trap pan's about right there. There's the hole. See, I just baited it up with chicken trimmings and a little Kathmandu 2 and just a little bit of bobcat piss on that back there. So I'll move over now, throw right over there, set another one. All right, here we go. Set that trap over there. I came here, I was gonna put a flat set in right there. Again, the stake wouldn't hold, so I just covered it up, and I come over here and made this flat set. I mean, it was just a perfect clump of grass with like a little bit of overhang. I punched a tiny hole back there and baited it up. Bobcat Curiosity lure, and as you can probably tell, the trap's right there, but it's blended really well. I have the most luck with flat sets that are blended like that right there. If it looks like nobody was even here, I have better luck with those. So you know, hopefully something to come and investigate it and it'll catch them. We'll go on to the next one. Okay, it has been the most frustrating day of setting traps I've ever had. I said in the beginning of this video, we had 5 or 6 inches of rain. It has been in the upper 70s. It's probably 80 today for the last 2 or 3 days. And I figured everything's dried out and it's fine. I'm finding tons of tracks, perfect spots to set traps. Everywhere I try to put in a trap, it just, the anchors won't hold. So I've been out here, I think for 2 hours. 2 hours. I've probably found 10 spots to set traps. I've got 3 traps in the ground. 3. It's ridiculous, but it's better than being at work. So with that said, let me show you trap number 3. Okay, so I went down to this corner over here trying to set a trap. I couldn't do it. There's tracks everywhere. Bobcats, fox, coyote. I went to the other side of the field, which is over there. Couldn't set it. Same thing. Anchors pulling up. It's just too muddy. Right across from me is where I set those other 2 traps, and I try to spread them out a little bit. But as I come further up this here, I found this spot where coyotes and everything are just walking right down here. They're going up this trail. They're going around the corner there, and they have a trail through that grass where they're going to. So finally, I was able to get a little flat set in right here on this corner. I have a southeast wind right now, and it's supposed to stay that way for the next few days, so that's why I set it there. If I would have had a north wind, I would have tried to go further over in that direction somewhere. I don't know. And if you're wondering why, if you've seen it in the video so far, why I'm carrying this stupid log around on my foiler, is I had an idea to set this log somewhere in this field. If I can find where they're moving across, and just set that log up and then do a little dirt hole by it and set a trap by it, because it'd be a good visual attractor, I think. But I don't even know if that's gonna work. I'm gonna try to maybe get up on that hill right there as a high spot. See if I can't put one there. If I can, I'll show it to you. Okay, let me show you what I did with this log. Like I said, come out to the middle of this field on this high point, and actually found some coyote tracks out here just in the middle of nowhere. No reason really for them to be coming through here, I guess, unless they're searching for mice or something. But you know, it's right here in this real pretty green grass, and I was like, I don't want to make a real flashy dirt hole set or anything like that. I want it to look natural because that log is my attractant. So in that log, and the reason I brought that log, it's kind of hollowed out in the middle. It's got a hole in the middle of it. So I put my bait up in that hole, and it goes far enough back in there to where they can't just easily dig it out. And I put a little coyote gland lure on, smeared it on the front of the log, a little fox pee on the side. And then I found these coyote turds right there by where I pulled up. The shadow's not real good, but you see that hole there in the log, and then right here is my trap. I mean, it's right there. You can't tell. What I did was I took these grass clippings that I kind of pulled up around here. There you go. And I bedded the trap solid. I put a little peat moss in there, but other than that, I just covered it with grass. So I'm excited about this set, or at least excited to see. So what I love about trapping is you can always try something new and see what happens. Okay, so this makes 1, 2, what is this? 3, 4, 5 traps. This is that covey set that I caught that coyote in. This time I added feathers. I hung up a little feather right there. It's no longer deer season, so my brother won't grow up and complain about there being something flashy down here. The cat usually is caught on camera over on that side of the trail, but I already had this in the ground here, and so I knew the stake would hold, so I went ahead and did it. But you can see my little guide sticks there, obviously. Trap pans right there. Cats don't like to step on things, but they're not that picky about it looking like something was here. Bunch of feathers inside there from a chicken of mine that some of the foxes killed. A little bit of chicken back there in the back, and bobcat curiosity gland lure back there. So hopefully we'll have us a cat here tomorrow or the next day. Okay, so I've caught a bobcat here before. The struggle continues with the dirt and the stakes, but I caught a bobcat right there by that little brush pile before. I don't know if you can even see it on here, but there's a trail that comes from back that way, goes down and around this way, and then it continues on up that way. So I thought it's a good spot just to put in a little trail set. And basically I bedded the trap, but I didn't, you know, bed it like I do at a dirt hole set or anything like that. Just a Duke 1 3/4 pulled grass. I'm using the grass as what I want them to step over. So hopefully whatever travels on this trail will catch tonight. Okay, I was fine with 6 traps. I was like, forget it, that's as many as I need to set today. And I come back over here to this original corner I wanted to set, which is right there, and it was too wet, too muddy. I couldn't get anything to stick, and I just had to look one more time, and I almost run over it, and I hope you can see it there. But perfect bobcat track right there. And then if you go further up, there's more cat tracks, and he's just going and walking right around this water right here, coyotes too, and going straight up this tree line out that way. So I decided no matter what it took, I was going to get a trap set right here. And so I came further up from where I originally wanted to set. I can't even see where I originally wanted to set because I covered it back up. But there you go, right there, another cat track. And finally I found this backing right here, and I put in a flat set. And I did bed it good just in case coyote comes by, but I'm hoping for a cat here. But I just bedded it good, put a little peat moss down in there in case we get some more rain, and then I went over there and picked some of that grass and used my scissors and covered it up. So you see the big area right there. It ain't just over my trap because I want them to step on some of them with grass clippings before they step on the trap. But the only thing I really did to the backing was I grabbed this little stick right here. It's a little thorn bush. And I have sometimes when I put in these flat sets, if there's an offside, meaning they can come in from the side, they'll come in from the side. So I put that there to kind of deter them from trying to come in from that side. So hopefully between this and that trail set that I set right over in that area, we'll have a cat here. All right, so let's wrap this video up. I got 7 traps in the ground today, just 7. But I feel like they're all productive size. I probably tried to stake 15 traps in the ground. That's just the way it goes sometimes, and I hate it, but 7 traps is better than none. You know, I've kind of got this field covered over here, and then I got that trail over there. Yeah, that trail set over there. So, you know, anything coming in or out of this field, except for that corner down there, I wanted to be in that corner pretty bad, but anything coming in and out of this field over here, of course I got the covey set right over there, you know, I should hook up with or at least get some attention on the traps. But thank y'all so much for watching these videos. It does take time to make these videos, and I wouldn't do it if people weren't watching them. You know, we're starting to get quite a few views, and we're starting to get some subscriptions. So, you know, if you have questions, people are asking questions on there. You know, if you have questions, just ask them. You know, leave us a comment on there and ask the questions. I don't know everything about trapping. I don't really think anybody knows everything about trapping. You learn something new every day. That's the great thing about it. So ask us some questions if you need some advice on something. It may not be the right advice, but you know, we'll give it to you. And you know, like the video, share it with your buddies, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. It really will help us out in the future and help my son's page out. So thank y'all again for watching Normal Outdoors, and we will see y'all next time.